India cricket team coach Rahul Dravid has urged his charges to write their names in the history books ahead of their three-game test series against the Proteas. The Indians have never won a test series on South African soil, and Dravid believes that these type of tours could be career-defining ones for his players. The Proteas will take on their Indian counterparts in the Boxing Day test match. Gets underway at Supersport Park this morning. We're now joined by former Protea fast bowler Makhaya Ntini to look at the India and Proteas test series, in particular the first match that gets underway this morning via telephone line. Makhaya, thank you so much for your time this morning. It's a pleasure to be talking to you. These are one of the marquee test series whenever India comes to South Africa, but how much sweeter is it that they are currently the best test playing nation in the world?
Yeah, we got a good morning to you and good morning to all the viewers in the world. And I know this series is one of the most series that will be watched by the lot of sports lovers. Yes, it's an important series, this one, especially the first test, between these two countries. And then we all know that India at the moment, they're running the show. They're up at the top of the ladder. They really, really look good. The good thing about India, man, with most of the people, I don't think they really notice it. India has found fast bowlers. The fast bowlers that they destroyed Australia in Australia. They destroyed England in England. Now they're coming to South Africa to face the giants of our country. It's going to be the game to be watched. That I must tell you.
Absolutely. It is a home ground advantage for South Africa. The captain, Dean Alga, spoke that up in the build-up to the first test series. But you mentioned the fact that India are in scintillating form at the moment. Do you think that a home ground advantage will be as much of a factor as Alga has made it out to be?
No, without a doubt. We have, the best of the best regarding from the fast bowling point of view and home ground advantage. It's always the case. But as I said to you from the beginning that India, they've destroyed countries in their home ground. If South Africa is not awake, man, they'll be finding wondering. But I think, regarding of the home ground advantage, we have the likes of Cassius Rabato, Ngidi. They played that particular ground, the one that we played the first test. So that on its own, they know the bounce from the batting point of view. They know how the ball swing from the bowling point of view. It's going to be a cracking day. All of us, we're going to be glued on our mics and television and all kinds of stuff. So it's going to be really, really fantastic to watch. Dinauga has said right live that from that point of view of playing at a home ground advantage could make a massive role.
Let's talk about the fact that they're playing at Supersport Park. We're expecting some rain overhead throughout the day at some stage today, which we're all crossing fingers it doesn't happen. We're doing the rain dance for it to disappear. But also, you having played at Supersport Park, what kind of conditions do you think that they should expect, and what would be the right call if South Africa win the toss this morning?
No, we always love to bowl first. I'm talking about during that time. I don't know. In these days, Dinauga is a batsman, so sure you would love to bat first. But as far as I know, that winning the toss, you should choose to bat first. The reason why I say that, remember, it's a new wicket. There's a lot of moisture underneath. So as the day goes by, it's gonna dry up and will be able to be batting on. But I think if I had to be Dinauga, I would say let's bowl first, use the new ball, make India vulnerable from the first hour, and then take on until the rest of the day.
India played the final of the World Test Championship, so they are really in good form or in good nick. They've played 4 big Test series already this year. You've mentioned that they took Australia's scalp, they took England's scalp, New Zealand's scalp as well. The last time South Africa played a Test series was when we took on the West Indies ahead of the T20 World Cup, which was midway through the year. The last time we played on home soil, very long time ago. The last time we played on home soil was in January against Sri Lanka. Will that do anything for us, the fact that India are in better form, or might they be more tired because they've played so much more cricket this year?
Form doesn't go away. That I must tell you. So I think, from the Indian point of view, they are really, really a very strong side. And they are looking forward to turn things around to win the Test series in South Africa. And then from the South African point of view, what you just said now regarding when was the last time we played Test match with Indies, and then we played the 4-day game where we didn't see any of those guys that actually playing Test match being involved in our local franchise. So that's another, I would say, a downfall regarding of the preparation. So that's another thing that South Africa, they had to look at. Because now all of a sudden they need to get themselves in for them to be able to continue and put a big score on the scoreboard. With India, they are on the run. One guy say the other one takes over, and then it's going to be a very tough bowling to India, from the South African bowling point of view.
And I guess that's the big thing. South Africans haven't played much Test match cricket. It's been a lot of white ball cricket, shorter format cricket, which mindset completely changes in that instant. South African team is said to be transitioning, in air quotes. Will that, lessen the burden on the side, as they might not be expected to put on a big showing? Or is it because it's home, because it's India, they still need to come out and and fire on all cylinders?
Hey, it's a big stage, big guy. There's no lacking. We shouldn't have excuses. That's one thing that we should tell them. As a country, there's no excuses. You get selected, you need to put a big show on a dance floor, brother.
Absolutely. Unpack the personnel for us. How are you expecting the Proteas to line up in terms of the bowling attack and the batsmen? Who should we be looking at as well in those two orders? And then also for India as well.
No, if I can put in the team now, probably I'll be selling to the bookies. So let's leave that one aside. I think the most important thing is for South Africa not to let us down, and then to make sure that they continue with the legacy of not being beaten at home by India. So those are kind of things that we are looking forward to. And then I think, from the bowling point of view, of course, we have our heroes, the likes of Andras Nokia, Kagiso Rabada, we've got Lundi Gidi. So those are the guys that they really, really, always put their hands up when it comes to the big task.
The last time we won against India was 5 Test matches ago. The last 4 consecutively, they've beaten us. How much of a monkey on our backs do you think that will be as South Africa?
Yes, of course. It's always a reminder. But as you remember, you said from the beginning that it's a home ground advantage. They beat India. So we need to turn things around and make sure that we do the same. If we can be able to beat them 3-0, that would be great for South Africa.
Oh, it's a bold statement. How important is it for the Proteas to get off to a good start in Centurion? If they don't, then do you think that they'll still be able to fight back? I mean, of course, the result is always possible, but mentally.
No, without a doubt. We can't always have a rotten egg from the first day. We need to make sure that we keep our fresh eggs, in the right box. So I would say that, the first Test match, it doesn't matter where you play, is always a great one. As you say that as well, the rain is lingering, all around it could, affect the whole day, the whole afternoon. So, but the first thing that they need to do is to win the first game.
Makhaya Ntini, thank you so much for unpacking that for us this morning. We really do appreciate your time. Makhaya will be in closer commentary this morning throughout this Test match. You can listen to the Protea great there in that one.